Hello everyone, Deb Walker here to talk to you today about decisions. Our Lesson 9 discussion asks us to read Case 9, Decisions from our Organizational Behavior textbook by Yulbein et al. 2015 and identify the issues involved in 4 different scenarios and to discuss how these issues would be best addressed by the decision makers involved. Now, in order to identify the issues involved in the case, let's take a quick look at what's involved in decision making. Now, decision making can be defined as the process of choosing a course of action for dealing with a problem or opportunity. Furthermore, decisions are made under conditions with regard to the amount of certainty or risk involved in a particular action or outcome. Most people make rational decisions when they have adequate information and relative certainty by following the steps in the decision-making process. Now, these include the first thing that they must do, they must recognize and define the problem. Second, they identify and analyze alternative courses of action. Third, they must choose a preferred course of action. And fourth, they implement the preferred course of action. And last, they evaluate the results and follow up as necessary. But what happens to the decision-making process when there is not enough information or substantial risk or moral or ethical dilemmas involved? People must then try to interpret and make sense of things within the context of the situation. Sometimes there are biases and traps that can be involved. Now let's take a look at the case and see what issues are presented in each scenario. Number 1, the woman wondering whether or not to wear her engagement ring on a job interview. Now, the situation here is uncertain and her decision is risky. This type of situation calls for a behavioral approach to decision making, in which she uses and makes a satisficing decision. She might reason that even though she needs a job, if she doesn't get it because of her ring, then it may not be a place where she would want to work anyway. She should consider her own ethics, and if it is very important to her to always wear a ring, then she should wear it. If she gets the job, people are going to find out about her marital status anyway. Number 2, Scott's Miracle-Gro. The CEO is forcing the employees to participate in a wellness program or be fined in the way of higher insurance premiums. And also, he only hires non-smokers. The CEO is using a creative approach to decision-making by implementing the novel and controversial program. It has helped many employees and has lowered the company's healthcare costs. He faced an ethical dilemma whether or not to fire someone for smoking, but the policy was already in place and it actually serves a greater good to keep employees healthy. He's mitigating the company's risk as well. This is an unprogrammed or unique solution to rising healthcare costs. So yes, he's doing the right thing by leading human resources in this direction. Number 3, the superstar saleswoman who's paid 20% less than her male counterparts. And she chooses to put up with it when she's pressed to speak up by her sister. Here she's making a satisficing decision to do nothing. This is also an example of an escalating commitment, which is a type of decision trap. According to Yulbein et al. 2015, the tendency to escalate commitments often outweighs the willingness to disengage from them. So decision makers see negative feedback as temporary and they don't admit that the decision was a mistake. On the contrary, it was a mistake for her to decide not to act. Furthermore, it's not fair to other women in the firm, and it's ethically wrong. And she should know when to abandon her decision and fight for her rights. Number 4, the firm that publicly announces annual bonuses. The company is doing crisis management because of the bad publicity. Now, they said they weren't, but they were. This is an authority decision and it wasn't a consultative one. The managers should have consulted the employees in the decision-making process before they released the information to the press. Furthermore, they lied when they said they did not do it because of the bad press. So in essence, the decision was unethical. Finally, making sound decisions is never easy. but understanding how and why we make decisions may help us to make better ones in the future. Thanks for watching.